Hi, thanks for watching. So in this video, I'm going to show you the ways that you can increase the rank of your website to eventually get it onto the first page of Google search results. And along with the search volume and traffic you would expect to your site when ranked, and the amount of new leads that would be coming directly into your business. So to demonstrate that, I've done a search for contractor and drywall, and I've just taken the top search results in each of those categories, as well as your own website, and I put them into this tool that I use, and it shows me all the information that Google finds on your site that it uses to determine your position in the search results, and then rates its strength and trust on a scale of 1 to 100. So we can just briefly look at some of these numbers to see why these websites are being trusted and ranked higher than yours in the search results. But let me go through a little bit of detail on what these numbers mean and how you can improve them. So when Google is determining in what order to rank a website on a search, it uses two different factors. The first is called the authority or trust that it has in your site. Now this authority is gained when other domains or websites refer back to yours and they create a link. And then it acts as an endorsement that Google uses to build that trust because others are vouching for you. So to use an example, if say the local news station did an article on their website for the top 10 best general contractors in the Pittsburgh area, and in that article the reader could click on a link and it would bring them to your website, that's considered one backlink from one referring domain. Now there are a lot of different types of websites that can link back to yours, any kind of blog or posting sites, press releases, maybe companies or organizations you work with. And one very important type of these links is what's called a citation. Now a citation is any time that your name, address, and phone number appear in an online directory. Those can include Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau. These directories are usually always free. It just takes some time to find them, register your business, and then input the information exactly as it's shown in Google. Now, as you can see, with the amount of websites that these companies have vouching for them and giving them their links, that is why Google is trusting them more than you and therefore putting them higher up in the search results. But there is something to note here is it's not just about the matter of the quantity of these links, it's also the quality. So some websites are more spammy than others. So we need to be getting sites that are authoritative and trustworthy, and they also need to be relative to your service industry in order to transfer that trust to you through the link. Now the second factor for ranking your website is the content on the page. And this is where we have a big problem because you're not being found for any keywords. So just quickly, so I can show you with the demonstration on how this works, is these are all the keywords and phrases that are being typed into Google search. And this is the volume, the number of times per month they're being searched. I should say these are being found on this competitor's page that are being typed into search. So for instance, general contractors in Pittsburgh, it's being searched 500 times. And there's multiple variations of it. So I mean, we've got 3,000 or so searches a month. If your website was on the first page, all these people would be seeing your website when they search. Now, we're usually very conservative, and Google Analytics estimates about 10% of search volume, total search volume, can convert into a lead for your business, whether it's via contact through messaging, calling, sending an email, form submitting. Now, depending on what the close percentage is for conversions to your business, you can obviously see how this number of potential clients reaching out to you every month can definitely add up to some revenue at the end of the month and the end of the year. And that's just for one specific keyword, general contractors. We can repeat that same process, or we can pick and choose individual keywords that you want to rank for, particularly for maybe services that are more profitable or the ones that you want to be getting more often, even different areas that you want to be trying to reach into. So we can handpick these keywords specifically and then make sure that those are being properly found on your website. Now, there is a formula that Google uses. So if we check out your website here, the layout looks good up on top. We've got all the information that people could want. They can send an email right away, which is great. I would suggest majority of people are using their mobile device, so we want to make it mobile optimized. So this should also be a click to call where as soon as they hit that, it either immediately dials out or at least puts the phone number, so that way all they have to do is hit send. Now, there is a problem here is we don't really have a whole lot of content on the page, and that's why you're not getting picked up for any keywords. The reason being is Google's going to come in, and the first thing it's going to do is count all the words and text on the page. Now, it's generally looking for a minimum of about 1,500 words because it assumes that the more information that's on the page, the more of an expert you are, and the more likely it is to recommend you. So while it's counting all the words, it's also searching for those keywords, any of your services and locations. Now, this is where the number of words on the page really comes into play because you're only allowed to have one of those keywords for every 150 words of text on the page. So the more keywords, whether it be services or locations that you want to be found for, means the more content that you'll have to add to the page. So as you can see here, we don't have a whole lot of content, so it's unable to support the keywords. There also seems to be a lot of blank spaces. I don't know if that was intentional, if there was something that was supposed to be in there, but it's definitely a little bit confusing and harder to navigate. So we can probably use up some of this space by adding some content. I also noticed too that though your address says Pennsylvania, the map is listing you as being in San Francisco. I'm not sure what's going on there either. So when people are clicking the map to try to get directions, this is going to try to bring them to San Francisco. Now, when they are searching, the first thing that's going to come up is what's called the Google Map Pack. This is a pretty important area to try to get into because these three businesses get a lot of traffic because they're just listed at the top of the page. So to be listed in here is free. You just need to fill out your Google Business profile, which is part of the Maps app. You can do it right from your smartphone. And then what you want to do is optimize that listing to try to get yourself into the top three. To do so, you want to fill out as much information as possible, all your services, your area, even your hours of operation. And then in your 750 character business description, you want to completely fill that out, put some keywords in there as well. Then you really want to be taking photos that are geolocated and tagged within your service area, as well as posting onto your profile on a regular basis. Collect as many reviews, and then you want to get as many of those citations as possible. Your name, address, and phone number. You want to be listed in more directories than anybody else on this list. So underneath that, this is what we call the organic search results. This is where the more authority or trust that Google has in your site, the higher up in the list you're going to rank. So this is where getting more of those links or referrals from other websites will help you climb and outrank the competition. Then once you are ranked in the top, you'll be getting all that search volume and all those calls for whatever keywords you want to be specifically found for. So I hope this information was helpful and shows how you can scale some of your online presence, but please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you'd like me to go into any further details. We could talk about some of your specific goals for the business, and then I could do some research on my end to find out what it would take for you to reach those. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to speaking with you.